Sergey, you and your team invented the React table, and it's an interactive new playing system which uses symbols as representations of, I would say, modules. Is that right? Could we say that?
Yeah. It's very based on modular synthesis. So we have generators, we have filters, we have LFOs, we have many of the objects that would be typically found on a modular analog synth system, plus others that obviously are quite of digital nature. But the concept comes from modular synthesis. Yeah.
So
for instance,
show me something.
For instance, now we have only objects that don't generate sound, so they appear here, but you see nothing happens. However, in cubes and in squares, we have sound generators. Okay. That's a sawtooth. So if I put...
we already got it. This represents the output. Is that right?
So we'll start maybe with that. That's a sawtooth. So we control frequency.
Yeah. That's volume, and this represents the frequency, I guess?
Yeah, that represents exactly the frequency. But then the idea is when a filter gets in the way, so now I'm controlling a resonant filter, a bandpass filter.
And what is very nice about it, we also got an oscilloscope-like representation of the waveform.
Yeah, that's it. So you see, I have taken out the volume, and I mean that's the real. Well, it's the real sound. You see the saw, how it's filtered here.
Yeah. And it changes with the frequency, of course. Like now we got an overtone.
So, for instance, if we want to put that with an LFO, here we have a sinusoidal LFO. We can apply it to the pitch, control the frequency, but we could also apply it to the filter.
Okay.
And we would see
the LFO speed.
The LFO speed, the effect of the LFO here.
Okay.
And we control the speed and the amplitude. That would be a bigger amplitude.
Oh, if you come closer, you get a bigger amplitude.
Yeah, and if you come far, that's the amplitude smaller. Until it's very small. We have samples too. So in a sample, you see the speed. In the middle, it stops, and then it starts going back. And you see how the sound, the loop,
the loops developing on. Oh yeah.
So we have many types of filters. For instance, that's a kind of a splicer that cuts different parts of the sound. We have also...
Now we control the
we are kind of scratching the sound, controlling and splicing it. We could also control things like, for instance, well, if we put a resonant filter, maybe we change the sound, which is easier to get with a traditional square wave. Now I'm triggering the filter element, and I can choose the pattern.
okay.
So that's all with all bits.
So this is like a sequencer trigger.
A 12-step sequencer. Obviously I can chain effects. And I can control anything. Obviously maybe now it was already too many things to control for two hands. Basically the squares are the generators, the rounded squares are the filters, the circles are the controllers, which are mainly of the type of LFOs or triggers. And we have objects such as, for instance, That's a tonalizer. What does a tonalizer do? It sets the tonality, so instead of playing so that's a C.
Oh, okay.
D, so I can that's a whole tone scale, but I can put something completely different.
And a tonalizer doesn't have to be connected to something.
So that has a global effect on everything.
On everything. Okay.
There are other objects which have kind of local effect. So that's we call it the radar.
Oh yeah, if it hits something, it will trigger.
Yeah. Here it resets the phase of the. Obviously, you can swim. And we can control also the range.
If it reaches all the parts or just a couple, so